What's up, my Century Unit? It's the Century Man here, so back again with another episode review of Titans, Series 1, Episode 9. The title of this episode is called Hank and Dawn. This was a good episode. You can tell by this episode is taking a break from the main story. I kind of like it. I think it needs to take a break. You know, saving the last few gas in the tank for the final two episodes of the series, we're nearly at the end. Wow, two more episodes to go. So, yeah, this episode's focus on introduction of a new character, focus on the relationship between Hank and Dawn, and how they met, and the formation of Hawk and Duff. So, let's talk about the beginning. So you can tell like Hank is really, he looks battered and pissed off. In the last episode review, I said like Corey is suffering a bit of, was it PTSD? I'm guessing like Hank also has PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. You can tell like he's so battered physically and mentally. I think that one moment of this episode, in the hospital scene, he go into like a medical cabinet, take like some pills, from the cabinet, took some and went to sleep. And hearing the basically the voices in his head, the events from episode 2, when the nuclear family attacked, basically attacked Dick, Rachel, not Rachel, Dick, Dawn, him, and seeing like Dawn fall off the building. Wow, that's gruesome shit. You can tell like if you compare episode 2 to this episode 2 is introducing Hawk and Duff to the show, and and put them in the main story. Yeah, this show, yeah, like I said, like this episode is all about how it's all began. The backstory of the formation of Hawk and Duff, and how Hank and Dawn met. Yeah, and also, yeah, like I said, it introduced the introduction of Hank's younger brother, Don Hall. It's funny, like, this is going to be confusing because Don and Don, Jesus, they got similar names, Don's got, like, D-A-W-N, Don is just D-O-N, Don. I think, like, Hank calls him Donnie, so I'm going to call him Donnie. Or otherwise it's going to be very confusing. Anyway, so he introduced Donnie Hall, Hank's younger brother, and it's focused a lot of pedophilia in this episode. Like, it showcased, Hank as a boy, a little kid. He's playing American football in a football team, and then also like you got the coach who's basically a pedophile. Want to show Don like the weight room, and then Hawk. Keep saying Hawk. Jesus Christ. Hank basically told Don to go home. You're not gonna be like me, because I think like Don really like look up Hank as a role model to him. He wants to follow his footsteps, and he just say you're not gonna be better than me, or best like me, something like that. So yeah, it ended up you can tell like the coach basically raped or sexual assaulted Hank as a boy. That's the reason why like I said, I think he has PTSDs. Some anger issues. I said in like episode 2 and episode 3 review, I think he has some anger issues. That what makes him tick. He found out he is a pedophile, a piece of shit. He didn't. I thought like if like I'm basically I guarantee that if Hank didn't tell Don to go home, I think both boys will get raped. It's just what it is. Sexual assault. It's the same thing. You can tell like he was a football player, Hank, and then all of a sudden he got you can say his career was ended. Stop claim ended. He got. He was in the match, and also he got hurt. I think he suffered some. I think he had a concussion. It's funny that Don went to they're in the party. After the game, it's like he's having beers. he's trying to look after him, so, you want to be, I'm fine, blah, blah, blah. And you can tell, like, Hank passed out. It's just, he's suffered some concussion. I mean, I don't know if drinking beer, drinking fluids of alcohol when you got a concussion is very dangerous. You can tell Don is looking after, he's worried about his brother, man. You can tell, like, he suffered a concussion. He went to, he said he's fine throughout this episode. He said about in the flashback sequence, he looks fine. He said about, the doctor said like any memory loss. He said about I supposed to remember people when I met, and he cares about being in the because his team reached the playoffs, and then Don basically told, I think the coach or someone, was got the athletic director, that basically he's not like kicked out of the group or the team. He's basically on the bench. I thought they led up to a fight. They're in the library. Tell him how you do this, not your decision. He's just worried. I'm the playoffs is next week. I'm on the goddamn bench. He's like, no, fuck the playoffs. Because you can tell, like, Don, I'll explain more a little bit later on. Don's just worried about his brother. So, they end up going to find the library, and then they got kicked out from college. It's funny, like, in the beginning, also the first scene of this episode, you can tell, Hank and Don, just not like Hawk and Duff. I thought, like, I got my facts wrong in episode 2. I thought, like, Dawn's got replaced by a woman called Dawn, but unfortunately that's not the case. I think, they're brothers, Hank and Dawn. I think Hank and Dawn, I think they're not, you can tell, like, they're not married. I'm guessing, like, the boyfriend and girlfriend. You can tell, like, they're in love. Anyway, so you can tell the form. I think this is setting back in the 2000s. As kids, you can tell that probably like late 90s. I'm guessing like late 90s, somewhere in the 2000s. When they start doing, like, doing the whole superhero stuff. As Hawk and Dove is somewhere about 2009. So it's because the events of series 1 of the show is 2017. So it's around a decade. Around like the 2000s. How, like, not just Hank, Dawn, and even Robin, starting out, somewhere in the 2000s. Anyway, so they got kicked out. Dawn says he needs help. He needs to get the hell away from here and getting away from people like you. Just do what you do. You're going to do. Just kick us the fuck out. They end up in an apartment. The apartment will soon to be, basically Dawn will live. And also, they end up like fighting pedophiles. I think Hank says, when I play ball, the bad I said the bad inside of me comes out in a different way, in a good way, and he said we need to deal with this. Take out your anger and do something good. If it's, like I said, if it's not ball, if it's not football, it's got to be something else. And I think, like, Hank says, boxing. We're gonna start a fight club, and then they say at the same time, rules of number 1 of Fight Club: do not talk in a fight club. And they end up fighting pedophiles. Let's get back to the pedophile stuff. You can tell, like, I knew when I watched this episode that Hank got raped by this coach. And it's really funny. Like, Hank, Don knows. He said that it's all my fault, and then Don says. Don says it's all my fault, and Hank says, how is it your fault? And the locker room says it never happened, but I know it's happened, in that heartfelt scene in the basically in the end of this episode. You could tell, like, Hank told Don that he got raped, and then also they went to that piece of shit's house, and I think they're going after, his friend Don with a gun. Don, he ended up, like, I think they had, like, there was no fighting sequence in this. You got 1 or 2 fighting sequences in the library, and also with, here in the beginning scene, yeah, you got three action sequence, but you can tell they're focused more on storytelling. Um, yeah, he's threatened with a gun and yeah, trying to shoot her, but instead Hank came to the rescue because he wants to fight. You know, you can tell like um, he did. You tell the coach didn't age a bit. You know, yeah, like I said, this is around about probably late '90s, early 2000s. You know, never aged a bit. You know, yeah, you can tell like they probably beat the. I think like he beat the fuck out of him. Probably in jail or something. Probably he's not dead. Probably in jail. Well, he's got he's a problem. Like you can tell like they showed a good message because people who got raped or sexual assaulted in a young age, it affects them. You know if these pieces of shit never like got caught. Anyway, so and also yeah, they also showcase the origin of Dawn. You know, she was a ballerina. You know, her mom's British. You know, I think it said about like her mom still living with self-proclaimed father. And then let's about the tragedy thing. You know, the tragedy thing is it shocked me that Dawn got killed. I thought that Hank and Dawn basically split up. You know, I felt like the whole thing with the library, they end up like went their different ways, but I was wrong. They're on the right path. You can tell like within the principal office or the dean's office, you can tell like Hank has a slight smile. Dawn, you can tell they're on the right page. It's a shame they never got like more scenes of Hank and Dawn as Hawk and Dove. That'd be good. Yeah, like basically, Hank, they're in the news. It's very funny. There's one line in this. It's funny that he had Dawn. Sorry, I'm stumbling, but Dawn had a cat holding the camera. Hank found this guy who's a pedophile or rapist. He's holding the camera. They both switch around who's holding the camera. He's wearing the helmet. It's like fuck. Oh shit! I can't see in this fucking thing. It's like, yeah, and Dawn says, the doctors say it's for protection. It's like, fuck my doctor. It's something like that. He doesn't really, he looks fine, but you can tell he had that concussion. Anyway, it's kind of funny. He said like, Batman and Robin has company with fucking superheroes. Yeah, they got the, it's funny, they're in the looking at the newspaper says, we got Hank and Duff, Hawk and Duff, sorry. It's very confusing, Hank and Duff, they got similar names, but, Hank, Hawk is basically a superhero name, but, yeah, Hawk and Dove, they got their fucking names, they kind of bump into each other, and then also in the car, I think it was a car chase, and it kind of crashed onto, Dawn's mom and Dawn near the newspaper stand. I wish Dawn got, like, badly hurt, never walk again, but he's dead, and then her mom, Dawn's mother was dead, you can tell they met in this meeting, like hoping their lost ones, and they slowly got along. They really, found in some chemistry. I feel like having feelings of each other because they lost their loved ones. Dawn lost her mother, and Hank lost his brother. They went to a bar. I think they were in a tea place. And you tell like Hank is struggling to put like. Americans call it jelly. We call it jam in the UK. Putting butter and jam on the stone. It's because Dawn's mother's British. I like the chemistry. They fell in love. I'm glad Dawn took the mantle for filling that spot. I guarantee if they didn't do that, I think the 100% Hank will probably commit suicide. Basically, Dawn is basically carrying out Dawn's legacy as the Duff. Anyway, so, yeah, and also, yeah, she found out who she really is. He went to the I think some storage closet, and pulled out and saw the costume. It didn't really bother her. It's not like, oh, you're a piece of shit, get the fuck out of here. No, I think what he does is cool. In the one scene, like, you had a video showing her the video. I think it was on DVD or somewhere in the 2000s. I wish they had like what year it happened. It's just like, what the hell? They should have just put some time. the DC timeline is way better than the MCU timeline. They kind of fucked it up. The events of Homecoming and the blip. I don't want to get into it, but I wish they add like times like 2017 or 2000 whatever or 1990 something. It's just like, come on now. Anyway, so yeah, you had Hank showing Dawn, him and his brother kicking ass, and you can tell like he's crying, he's broke down a bit. You can tell they show the lighter side of Hank. You can tell like I think he feels sorry about. I think this thing is eating him up. Yeah, the whole the pedophile, he got raped, he got molested, but the whole losing his brother thing is eating him up. I think he regrets. Like I said, like minutes before, from earlier, but I think he regrets it. All Don is always doing is just looking out for you, like each other. The brothers. He's just trying to keep him safe, and it's like it kind of bites him in the ass. He's just he cares about him. What happened. There's something happened to him, it might happen to Don, or vice versa. Like I said, Don, Hawk tells Dawn about the locker room. You can tell like she looked the person up. I'm glad that he's probably locked up. And also the one thing that bugs me in this episode is Rachel. It's just like you can tell like Rachel. There's a reflection of Rachel in two scenes in like when Hank's asleep says Hank, because meanwhile, like she's got choked by Corey. We'll get to the final two episodes next time, but you can tell like I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe it's Hank's side effects of the concussion, or maybe want Hank to snap out of her sleep and help him and help her. You can tell like I'm guessing that Hank is blocking Rachel out of her memory, because Hank and Rachel they didn't really have any chemistry. They never like got along. They all got along, but they just never like interact. But in the end of this episode, you can tell like Dawn seeing Rachel's reflection on the Hank's helmet. She said, "What the fuck," and then she snapped out. She came out from a coma. You can tell like there's some relationship, interaction, because Rachel and Dawn kind of interact in episode 2. Because they're more like a sister / mother figure between. Dawn sees Rachel as like Rachel sees Dawn like an older sister / a mother. It's funny like in episode 2, Rachel has a fangirl moment of Game of Thrones and called Dawn Khaleesi. Khaleesi's Dany Targaryen from Game of Thrones. Emilia Clarke character, because they got blonde hair. What's it? I think it's a good casting it's a good decision casting. Was it in Alan Ritchson as Hank, and was it Mika Kelly as Dawn? I think it was the right. There's some chemistry, so. Yeah, because I think the reason why I don't think Hank blames Rachel. I think he blames both Hank and Dick for basically putting his girlfriend in the hospital. I think Hank hates Dick even more because Dick basically had an affair with Dawn behind Hank's back. But I think it really bugs me a little bit why Rachel's reflections in the minds of Hank and Dawn. I don't get it. It's just what I think it's the way to get them into the series finale. It's just what it is. It really bugs me. It's just how Rachel can do that. I think it's just kind of like shoving them down. Really kind of shoving it down people's throats. They're trying to make. The one thing kind of pissed me off. They're trying to make Rachel as this goddess. It's gonna piss a lot of people off. I like Rachel. I think like I said in the last episode review. I think Rachel is the best character so far in series 1 of the show. She is kind of like the architect. I'm gonna say in the final episode review, but she is an architect. She is the glue to keep everyone together. She's the foundation of times. I'll get more in details when I review the final episode. So yeah, Dawn kind of like came out of a coma, said to Hank that we got to find Jason Todd, and Hank says, "Who the hell's Jason Todd? I don't know. Rachel needs our help." And yeah, that really bugs me about when she name dropped Jason Todd. Come on now. I wish they need to stop. They don't need to add that on the script. They just I'll be fine if she says, we got Rachel need our help, and I'll be okay. But the Jason Todd thing is kind of like, why did it's just a way. It's a guarantee both Hank, Dawn, and Jason Todd is gonna be in the series finale, trying to put all the heroes from series 1 in the season finale. To fight Kari. We'll get to episode 2. Sorry, 10 and 11 next time. So it's just what it is. It's just kind of shoehorn it in. It's just what it is. Just what it is. It's really a shame in that and the reason why, like, I think back to the coach trying to molest Hank as a little kid. Yeah, they got friends. Because I think Hank said the F word. And then he was threatening them to go to a teacher and kick them. He basically revoked his school with a scholarship, and then they end up getting expelled to a public school. I don't know. I think they got threatened. It's just what it is. I think it's for Hank. It's like vanquish his demons from the past, so he can move on. So I don't know. I feel like with Hank, he's not gonna work with Dick. I think he's sketchy with Dick. And Rachel, but it's just what it is. I think Rachel sees some. I think Dawn sees some good into Rachel, like in episode. Like in my Doom Patrol episode review, that Garth said to Rachel, "There's nothing evil about you." Like I said, I'm gonna repeat myself. I say like Dawn, Rachel sees Dawn like a mother figure / older daughter. Because Dick trying to ditch Rachel with Dawn and Hank, because he's not staying with keeping the family part. It's just, I don't know, because they're not gonna. I don't know. I don't think they're. Yeah, I think they're better off not having kids, but they could probably have kids of their own. But I think I don't know. It's just what it is. It's just it's a damn shame of Don's character. It's like I heard he came back. He's back in series 3. Haven't seen series 3 yet, but the introduction of Don was good. He was kind of like he's different than Hank. Hank is a bit hot-headed. Don is just like he's just like basically the understandable one. He's trying to keeping calm. He's more like he's basically the brains over the brawn. Hank is the Hawk is the brawn, and Dove is the brains. The brains and the brawn. It's just what I'm trying to say. It's a shame that his character got killed off. He had like a few lines. He got killed off in the first half of the episode. Don's mother got like 2 scenes, and then she was dead. It's just what it is. So overall it's a good show, a good episode. We got like 2 more episodes to go. Is an announcement that the final week of 2021, I'm going to review the final 2 episodes of Series 1 of Titans, at the beginning of the week and the end of the week to end 2021. I'm really getting burnt out of reviewing any type of superhero content, I'm still covering it in 2022. A break for now because, in our current timeline, Hawkeye has just finished. That you have to wait until after, probably on the 27th, to review the final episode of Hawkeye, and then the final 2 episodes of Series 1 of Titans. After, because next month I'm reviewing Star Wars. Getting a break from the superhero stuff. I've been doing it since the beginning of the year. Sorry, I'm hiccuping. Beginning of the year, when I start reviewing the MCU movie review series. I started. I think the first superhero content video I did was the first Iron Man movie, then WandaVision, and the rest of all 3 really the Infinity Saga movies of the MCU. All 3 phases of the MCU, then Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, and now Titans. You know, it's a bit of a break. You know, I need a break of it, taking a break of it and focus on reviewing. I stopped reviewing TV shows and movies, but you know, because Moon Knight is a long way away. It's, I don't know what month of 2022 it's going to be released. You know, depending if it's pushed back due to this whole Omicron variant, if we're going into another lockdown, we don't know. You know, after Christmas, so you know, yeah, 2 more episodes to go, and yeah, I'm gonna say it when I review my final episode of Series 1 of Titans that I think this series has been good. I don't. None of them is. I think this episode is not. You think this episode's bad? I don't know what are you smoking or drinking. You know, I think this was a good episode. You know, so far Series 1 never produced a bad episode. I think the episodes I saw from so far 1 to 9 has been good. You know, it has been good. It's been good to great episodes. I think the best episode so far of Series 1 has to be the silent episode. You know, I think they're saving the energy, the gas in the tank for the final 2 episodes of the show. You know, they don't want to burn it out. You know, like we'll get to more when I get to the final 2 episodes review of Titans next time. So yeah, it's a good. You know, they focus more on storytelling than, you know, we got some action sequence on this episode. I kind of like the one thing I like Titans. You know, this show, they focus more on storytelling than just focus on action sequence. If they keep doing that, it gets really boring. That's the reason why, you know, today's action movies sucked. You know, it's just too much of the action sequence and more of the action sequence and less of the storytelling. You know, like, you can tell, like, it's for Series 1, for a lot of people, you know, it's not their cup of tea. You know, for me, I think it's it's a good series. You know, I find, you know, this episode was a little fast paced a bit. It's not rushed, but not boring. You know, but I like the storytelling. You know, you can tell they're building the story slowly. You know, the formation of the Titans. You know, it's just what it is. You know. Filling out the people's arcs, you know. They fill out mostly Rachel's arc and the formation of the Titans, you know. Because so far in this series, you know, they covered the origin of Garfield, you know, as Beast Boy, filling out Dick's origin, how he became Robin, you know, his death of his parents, and now this with the formation of Hawk and Duff and the relationship of Hank and Duff. Dawn, sorry. God, this name's God damn it. It's just what it is. You know, it's just what it is. You know, it's just, you know, yeah, the relationship, you know, filling out how the relationship of, you know, Hank and Dawn begins. It's just what it is. So, I really like it. So, hope you enjoy my review, my Episode 9, Series 1 review of Titans. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash the like button, click the bell, click the like. You know, there's no dislike anymore because the YouTube disable the dislikes. Subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube. Be part of the Central Unit, and for more wrestling videos and more. So yeah, it's a good week. You know, for Christmas. You know, Christmas is just around the corner. It's this weekend on Saturday. You know, we've got the final video of the week is my review of Vengeance 2001. That'll be on Christmas Day. Stay tuned for that. Yeah, the final 2 reviews of Series 1, the final 2 episodes reviews of Series 1 of Titans, that will be next week, so stay tuned with that. This is Essential Man officially signing out. Check you later.